Alright folks, so the next thing that we have to worry about, we got this slick armor, we got some good trinkets, but there are some other things that we need to worry about. Specifically, I mean, I don't know about you, but whenever I think of this situation, I always think, what am I going to do about the actual withering effect? Not only does the wither in hard mode, but I also need to be able to handle the actual rigors of fighting these skeletons just to get the heads I need to summon the wither a few times. I don't think it'll be too much of a problem, though. I've been doing a little bit of research, and I noticed in Thaumic Tinkering, one of my favorite items is still around, the Talisman of Remedium. But to get the Talisman of Remedium, I'm going to need to do infusion. Now, there are a few rooms I could use for infusion, but, you know, we've been doing all this work with spatial compression, and I thought it might be fun to use a different mod for this. So let's go ahead and use, there's this really cool mod, CompactMachines, and you can see I've done a little bit of prep work for this, but basically CompactMachines allow you to create micronized environments, and once you have those, then you can, you know, sort of use them as you see fit. It's really slick. You can basically put down a single block in the world, upgrade it if you need to, and use that as an entry. So in order to get into one of those machines, though, you do need to have a personal shrinking device, which is just a block like any other block. And then, let's see, how big do we need? So this is pretty big, that's quite big. Let's go actually for the giant, because I think we have enough diamonds. Well, that's almost all of our diamonds. Let's, I guess, go for the, let's go for the obsidian one and see if that's big enough. This should be a lot more palatable. Oh, we do need to make this internal device. This thing right here, so that would take even another diamond. So let's not quite use all of our diamonds. Let's use obsidian, which is a little bit easier to get a hold of. There we go. So now we've got a compact machine. That really is all there is to it. Let's just put it down here temporarily just to sort of show off how this machine works. If you haven't seen this before, this is really cool. You just take your personal shrinking device and you hop in. Now here we are inside the machine. And this one appears to be 9 by 9, which is just big enough to be an infusion room. We're going to lift it up in the air a little bit, I think. But it's kind of slick because, you know, we can hop out by using the personal shrinking device, so don't break it. But you can see that we could actually pipe things in and out. I mean, that's really cool. We could be, like, importing, exporting. We could do, like, all sorts of stuff. Like, we could say, I don't know, there, the wrench is now out there. So, yeah, like, for example, let's just go ahead and say we're exporting this wrench. Let's hop out. Well, actually, let's also lay down some blocks just to show you how that works. Right? And then let's grab our personal shrinking device and unshrink. Now, if we look at the sides, we'll note that the wrench is actually here. And the inside remains chunk loaded pretty much the whole time. And if we break this, you'll see that we also get our other blocks back. So, yeah, we could just go ahead, hop in here, you know, put down whatever we want. And if we break it, we can't move it. We actually have to go in there and, you know, do stuff. Interesting enough, even item stacks and stuff like that go with. So let's just go, you know, let's toss out one of these, and then let's leave, and then let's break it. And you can see that we've actually got our stuff back. So that's pretty cool. With that in mind, I was thinking about it, and I've managed to get a fair amount of EMC. So I made another world resizing cube, and we're going to burn off some of this to get some more diamonds quickly. Now, I could go to the mining world and mine them, but let's just grab some from here. You can see that's really a lot of our EMC. We need to do something about that. But let's actually go ahead and make the larger one, so we have a little bit more room to work. So this is the giant one, and it's quite expensive. Oh, by the way, it has an EMC value, so we can teach the table that. Now, I could manufacture those more quickly if I wanted to, although I really would need to, that's almost all my EMC in one go, so I wouldn't necessarily want to do that. I think then that what we need to do is actually make our infusion setup. To do this, we're going to need to toss our wand in. Now, it's totally full up. One of the first things we have to do is make a better wand if we're going to actually want to do these infusion recipes, because we just can't keep doing this. It's no good. So I think that'll be the task number one. And I've got a bunch of other jars of Essentia here, but they're just kind of random garbage. That was pulling up Tudaman being the only one notable, and some Metallum will be useful as well. So let's see. To make the matrix, what we need is some shards. It really doesn't matter what we do, so long as we do opposing types. So we can go like this, nope, like, let's do air. Let's get some arcane stone. Oh, I took it all out already. Bip, bip, bip. And then to cap it all off, an ender pearl in the center. Many people have seen this recipe, and as you can see, the biggest cost is tons of ordo, so let's go ahead and grab that. Now, we've got the things we need, but let's not forget that we also need to have stabilization for our infusion matrix. Otherwise, things will go crazy. The arcane energies just have to be contained. Now, there's lots of different stabilizing agents we could use, and it turns out that Botania flowers are themselves stabilizing agents, at least the floating ones. However, we're not going to do that just yet, as we're actually kind of low on glowstone, which we'd need to make them floating. We'll replace that soon. But you know what I do have a lot of? Zombie heads. Really just a lot of heads in general. So we're going to go ahead and grab almost all these zombie heads. Let's just, we need pairs, so we can leave one in the system. Let's just go ahead and take these in, and oh look, we can actually teach our tablet that. Cool. That's fantastic. We'll go ahead and take these down. I think that this is best placed in the prototyping lab. So let's go ahead and head down to the prototyping lab. While I'm on my way down here, just a preview of what's to come. I painstakingly built an open computer's computer. I really love this thing. You can hear it whir and turn on and boot up and all these super cool things. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Twyla, you need to calm down. Sorry. But you can actually use this and do cool things and echo, hello, right? And all these things. This is a very basic computer, but I tell you, this was actually quite a lot of work and represented like over a stack of iron just in nuggets. Anyways, let's go ahead and reserve this part of the area over here. Yeah, and let's go ahead and just toss this. How about we just toss this discreetly in the floor for now? Yeah, I think that'll be good. Toss that right there. Whoa, that's right. There is a whole area down there. Okay, we can go ahead, head in. Let's just grab, I don't know, some blocks to work with here. Do we have any grass blocks? No. How about dirt? We could use dirt blocks. Alright, now this is what I'm talking about. The inside of this is really quite large. So let's go ahead and make a big platform here. And the dirt's a little bit ugly, although, wow, this is really fantastically large. Let's use some pasture seeds to quickly green this up a little bit. Looks great, and this will spread pretty fast on its own. In no time, we'll have exactly what we want there. So what we're going to do is start off by placing, just in general, I think most people have seen these built before, but just in case you haven't, because Thaumcraft is sort of capturing everybody's imagination right now, let's just step right here. There's the center. Put a dirt block there, put the runic matrix there. Now, for me personally, I always forget which order these little glyphs go in. So if you take a look, like, there is an order to it. Either you would put bricks and then stone, or stone and then bricks. I always forget, but it is, see, I just forgot again. Literally just looking at it, it just goes in my mind. But it's bricks then stuff. So let's grab the bricks, and let's grab the stone. And it goes 1, 2, 3. Okay, awesome Thaumcraft coming in. Boom! Gosh, I love that effect. I just, in general, really like this. Now, one of the really nice things about putting this in a compact machine is that there's no frame rate loss for having this. This is a beautiful thing, but it is one of those blocks that sort of famously makes your base a little bit slower. You can see already here, my frame rate is a little bit hampered by this, which, you know, is cool, but it's locked in here because there's nothing to render. So these compact machines could be a pretty nice way to have expensive and cool looking blocks and keep them out of the way. Now, this is not the most optimal place for it because we'll have to figure out a way to get Essentia in here, but for now we can just cook it outside, or even possibly in here. I mean, if you look at it, right, like, it's sort of fine the way it is. Now, let's go like this. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'll have to make one more. Yeah, we can make one more. That's pretty easy. But, now, the other thing that we wanted to do was stabilize this. So, since there's this handy-dandy mark, again, this is the external face, so if we were to go outside, we could actually pass things in and out. All sorts of things. Let's see if we could maybe just put down these heads. The altar doesn't care if they're a few blocks below you, right? So, it really does not mind either way. We could just get a whole bunch of these heads and lay them out just beneath it, down here, and that will be perfectly fine from the perspective of this. Now, this is not all the stabilization we'll need, but this many heads is a good start. Uh-oh, I'm just kind of stuck. Gotta Gotta lay that out a little bit more precisely. There we go. Boom. And the direction of the head doesn't really matter. There we go. So we have got a pretty good start to an infusion setup. So what I'd like to do just right off the bat is go ahead and get a wand sorted out. So my plan is to make a silverwood wand, right? And this is actually a very inexpensive thing to make. I have silverwood logs. The most annoying thing I have to do is make a balanced shard. This is just sort of a pain in the butt because I have to sit down and carefully meter these things out. I'm actually going to move my alchemy setup down to the prototyping lab. That includes these blocks here, my arcane alembic and my alchemical furnace. But also I'm going to go back upstairs, grab my crucible, and do that work. I may even move it. I mean, in theory, I could just put it off in the corner over here. That might be interesting because we could run an AE channel through the wall here. That might actually be really nice. I'll have to think on that. Well, either way, I think for now we'll just leave it the way it is because, you know, you don't want to get too caught up in perfection, especially when it's as easy to move as this. We can move this block if we need to. We can just redo this really fast. So let's hop out and give me a moment to get all the things sorted for that. So that specifically is we're going to be making thaumium wand caps, and for that we're going to need thaumium nuggets. This is the easy part. The hard part is that I need to make Salus Mundus, which is balanced shards. If you look, the way you make this is by cooking these balanced shards. Ooh. Oh. I guess that's a relatively harmless one. So I'm going to need to make 6 balanced shards, and then to make the actual wand core, I'll need 1 more on top of that. So, yeah, just got to sit down and make all of these things. It shouldn't be too hard. It's just a little bit of a pain. Now, I actually wonder if it might make more sense to put the alchemy in there, because this room is 4 high. Yeah. Yeah, you know, we're going to put the alchemy in there. We'll just make sure to bring the stuff that we need. All right, folks, well, I've installed the alchemical furnace here, and I brought the crucible and an arcane work table down just into the prototyping room for now. I sort of imagine this as a space that we can sort of reconfigure as we need. And by the way, it was pointed out to me, I didn't really keep with the motif of the lighting. They're right, I didn't. It's just because I'm so hard up for resources right now. As soon as we get a little bit more resource generation going, then I'll be able to put in all the fancy neon lighting that makes it look a little bit more lab-like. For now, though, the Certus quartz fixtures look pretty good. Anyways, the next part of the build is going to need Aurum, but, you know, it's no big deal. Let's just hop into here. And we'll set up our jars just nicely over here. Now, it occurred to me that one of the nice properties of setting up the system in here is that obnoxious gas and goo that sometimes these operations produce, well, you know, it's not even a problem for us. We've easily got it all in hand. All right, and then Terra, I believe, yeah. So let me just double check the recipe. First infusion, don't want to get it wrong. We put in 1 of each type of shard, and 9 of everything, which we easily have, and then Percontio, yeah, we easily got that. Okay, let's just lay out some of everything, and yeah, then we'll be good. One thing we should do is just change the location of this one. We don't strictly need the inner row for this. We don't have that many components, so should be pretty easy for us. Silverwood, tap with wand. That should be all that we need. Yeah, and we should have more than enough stabilization to make this work. So, I sort of love and hate the infusion process, to be honest. I think that the thing that bugs me the most about it is it's just really slow. Like, it's beautiful, it's fun, you see it, and ooh, there's like some new particle effects. That's pretty cool. But anyways, you see it, you know, it's cool looking, but then you do like 19, 20 of them, and it's very time consuming by comparison to other crafting methods, and there's no real way to automate it. And I mean, I don't understand that's the intent, but I don't know. Sometimes you just sort of like, I just want to have this object, and I don't want to go through all the pain of infusion, and the builds are space consuming. I don't know, I'm just complaining. And there we go, Silverwood Wand Core. Now I need to get a little bit of other materials put together for the final step of this, which is to activate the thaumium caps, because obviously we want a thaumium cap. For this, the biggest ask that we have is that we need a bunch of aura, or aurum, I do have the Salus Mundus. That was actually just kind of a tedious thing. I also need a bunch of Potentia. So I'm going to hop back out and finish putting that together, and we'll bring those jars in here in just a minute. That's one cap. So this altar's holding up for simple stabilization tasks pretty well. I'm happy with the results. I sort of like the idea of being able to compress space like this. This is really awesome technology. Maybe what we could do is use this to make a power plant. Imagine another one of these. We could put as big a reactor as we want in here, right? We could fill up this entire area with reactor. And then when we put it in the real world, it's just one block that just, you put it in the Elorium and out comes power. So much power. And there we go. Okay, that is fantastic. So I think then that our last step should be just to take these and assemble them into our first real, big kid wand. Insufficient V, huh?
So, hey guys.
Hey there.
Hey, so.
Oh yeah, it's always so busy here.
Your build's going
establishment you seem to have.
Yeah, it's looking really nice here.
Thank you guys.
Pretty quickly.
Wow, it's so busy here, Sam.
Yeah, I've got some pretty good business here.
Hey.
What can I get you?
Do we have any mead today?
We do. Sure. Let me...
Here's your coin. Take your filthy money.
Oh, wow. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Here.
Here you go.
Double it.
Woo! I think you just picked that up again. Oh, no, there you go. They're florins, by the way.
Silver internet florins. Hey, everybody.
Silver florins.
Hi there.
Yes.
What is that?
Nice. Oh, man, it's so good. I've been having a rough time. Oh, this is great.
Yeah. I'm glad you like it. Dave?
Yeah?
You
Why
got
do
a
you-
little something.
Why do you
You
keep...
got a little something.
Why do you keep getting behind... No.
You got something right there.
What? Oh, no. Did I forget to wipe?
Something
No.
attached to you?
You got a little something on your back.
I
dude.
can't... What are you talking about? I can't...
Alright, look.
What?
Um,
What the... I have a tail.
yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I have a tail and there are bees nearby. This is really a bad pair of events.
Sorry, the bees, don't worry about the bees. I mean, I'd understand if you were lying, because it's kind of weird. No offense, dude.
You have a tail, buddy.
He does the animal thing already. Like, that's sort of his thing.
hey.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But,
Do I have... Okay, I'm fine otherwise, but...
Are
Oh
you-
my
are you
god.
okay?
Why do I have a
are you
tail?
okay?
It looks like... Is that like... That's like the same color... Oh no. I wonder if I've been eating too many mana cookies.
Mana cookies?
I can probably fix that.
You... put your sword away.
Here, I got these things that look like a pair of scissors.
Oh, well,
No. That's a red matter guitar. You stay away from me with that.
Are you sure you don't need help getting that off?
Okay, all of y'all need to say, look, you don't understand what I've been going through. Anything is better than eating rotten flesh, okay?
Yeah, I can imagine. Do you want some other food? Because we've got other food.
No, the mana cookies are great, okay? Look. They keep the hunger at bay.
Anything may be better than eating rotten flesh, but I can tell you for certain there are things worse.
Well, thank you, you Moros bastard, but... I mean, I wasn't expecting to grow a tail. Look, it's like the same color as the mana cookie. That's gotta be a connection.
Is it really, though?
Yeah, look, the tip of it's the same color as the mana cookie.
That's the kind of thing that they should probably have put on the packaging.
Yeah.
Well, I have been making them from scratch, so there wasn't really any
So
opportunity
what you're
for...
saying is that you've become a cookie monster.
I'm going to go hide my face in shame now.
Okay, you're gonna have to pay for a room if you want to stay up there.
I'll just leave via this
way.
hole in the roof. I've been here all day, I guess.
A hole in the roof?
Yeah, there's a hole in your roof.
Dex.
There are so many monsters outside of your tavern. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for the mead and for ruining my day.
Yeah, I totally ruined your day there. That's definitely what that was.
I'm gonna get drunk.
Okay, enjoy your alcohol.
I can't believe I have a tail. Wait. It's foggy again. Oh no. I come home and it's foggy? What is this? Who's here? Come out. What is that noise? I'm afraid. Hello? Hello? Oh, this is terrifying. Hello? Where? Is it in the floor? Hello? Whoa! Oh! 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 What are you? Get out of my home! Where is this place? Why is there a tunnel connecting to it? I need some light. Here's my night torch. Oh, the fog is gone. Where am I?